Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very long request. Now, this comes to us from our fantastic Patreon supporter Hinshaw, and even Hinshaw knew that this one was quite a bit much. And so he and I worked out an arrangement. Like I said, that he is a top tier patron supporter, but in case anybody is wanting to do something similar to this in the future, just know that Henshaw also separately had to PayPal an additional amount to get this big of a project on. But we are reacting to Younha's full final cut End Theory album. This is her sixth mini album, or sixth full album. Sixth album. I know this is a full album, obviously. There's 14 tracks, but I don't know if it's considered her. No, actually, I'm looking at the screen now. I should have done that to begin with. It's just sixth album. Okay. I don't even know if she does mini albums. I guess over the course of a 13 plus year career, she probably has. Whatever. Anyway, so I reacted to her Growth Theory album, also one of Henshaw's requests. And that album was fantastic. I even actually bought that album just the other day. I think it was last weekend when I went to the K-pop store. So, really enjoyed it. This one was originally an 11-track album with one music video. It is now, with the final cut, a 14-track album with two music videos, which goes back to why there was a difference in what he had to do to get this one on the channel. Now, it's not because I want to, avoid longer projects, so to speak. It's because the more time I spend doing this one, the less time I can do doing other stuff. So it's kind of an opportunity cost thing. But with all that being said, I have painstakingly gone through. I found the track list, but it was fine. It was really hard for me to find which two videos had music videos. I found one super easy, actually, Event Horizon, but the other one, I think it's called Stardust, I could not figure out that was the one that had the music video for a while. So yeah, anyway, those are the two tracks that have music videos. The rest of them I've gone through, and actually the same person who did lyric videos for Growth Theory did them for End Theory. Elida Subs, again, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but shout out to that user for all of these 12 lyric videos that I'm going to be using. Normally, if I do an album reaction, I don't do lyric videos, but because I know that this album, again, just like Growth Theory, kind of tells a story, and each song is supposed to be essentially a chapter in the story, I thought, let's try it. Also because Henshaw enjoyed the way that we did the last reaction, so I wanted to keep it as similar to that as possible. So the first track we'll get into is Ort Cloud, as you can see here. Also, I'm going to minimize this real quick. All of these tabs that I'm scrolling across right now, all of those are going to be on this video. But you will also see this one, not that you can tell what that is, and this one as separate. I'm going to just record this all the way through, then I'm going to rip those two out and make separate videos with them, because those are the music video ones. So those will be separate videos as well if you want to just check those out after watching this intro. All the ones that you see to the left and that are hidden behind my camera are tabs that of YouTube videos that I've already recorded, and I need to save those links. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is going to be a really long reaction. So let's strap in. Go ahead, pause it right here. Go get your popcorn. Go get your drink. I've got mine right here. I don't have any popcorn because I'm going to be making some butter chicken later, but use the bathroom, get cozy, because like I said, we're going to be here a while. So starting now. Ort Cloud is the first track on the album, and in science terms, the Oort cloud is basically thought to be like this sphere of icy particulate matter that surrounds our solar system. You could think of it as almost like the boundary of our solar system, or like a shield in a way. And yeah, I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with this song, but I thought it was an interesting fact to throw in for you. So here we go. Also, I will not be doing lyric breakdowns unless I see something I really want to talk about. Okay, we got some country in here. Heard that little twang of the guitar? Hold up. I know I said I wasn't going to break down lyrics, and I'm not, but never say time's up, edge of the border, because it's not my end. That goes back to the name of the song, and I told you what the Oort cloud is. So it's like essentially the border of the solar system. So, okay. I like that she has a, from what little experience I have with her, she has a habit of doing something like this where she ties in a scientific concept to what the song is about, regardless of whether that concept is mentioned by name or not. Because remember, I couldn't remember what the name, like what the concept was, but there was a song on Growth Theory, Coriolis Force, which I later remembered has something to do with like the spinning forces of the earth, and it helps dictate hurricanes and that kind of thing. Whatever. We're not here for growth theory. I just wanted to point out that science is something she works in here and there. That's a little country folksy type of sound. Just got that infusion of rock in here too. I love her voice. I feel like I could be on a horse galloping through the Wild West with this song. Just a nice leisurely gallop. Trip beyond the limits. It's exciting. I get it. Get our little folksy chant in here now. Her voice is amazing. Bro, we literally have tap dancing in here now too. She like threw the whole musical gamut in here. We got country, we got folk, we got tap dancing, we got rock. All we're missing is rap and, like, I don't know, screamo. Nice carried high note there. I like that last line too. I believe in my journey. Like, regardless of where the destination is and what the journey, like the obstacles that you'll encounter on the way, like she believes in the journey and she's gonna go on the journey regardless. So thank you. No, thank you, Elliot Subs, because without you I would have no idea what these songs are saying. And I would, because I would pull up separate lyrics, but that'd be a pain. So thank you. All right, so that was track 1. Moving on to track 2. Okay, so Hangul is Solbjör, which Björ is like star, but if I remember when I was, because I needed to know what the English name for this was so that I could find a lyric video. I think if I translated this on the right site, it translated as death, but I don't know. Anyway, C/2022YH. So I don't know what the C/ is, but obviously 2022 is the year that this came out, and YH is Younha. But I don't know what the... Yeah, I don't know. I would say maybe this is like the computer drive, like the C drive, but there's no colon here, so whatever. Anyway, that's the name of this. So let's get to it. Well, we got the amp effect here. Anime opening, let's go. Gonna drop in. I'll be born of discovery. I like this. It's like a reference to Carl Sagan. Far away in the blue dot, people living well, I will yearn for you endlessly. So she's like on her journey through the stars, essentially. But if you've ever heard of Carl Sagan, or if you haven't, Carl Sagan's famous astronomer, and one of his most famous statements, I would call it a theory, but it's not a theory, it's just a statement of fact, is he shows the meaninglessness of life here on Earth in the grand scale of the cosmos. And he does that through calling us the pale blue dot. And what that essentially is, not to spend too long away from the song, but just as a way of kind of connecting this, is he says, you know, like, think of everything that you've ever known, all the people you've ever known, all the people you've ever wanted to know, all the people who've ever been in a history book and who haven't. Like, think of everybody who's ever walked the earth. And then there's this image of like a space probe going out, and it's showing the earth getting smaller and smaller in the distance. And as it gets super, super far away, he draws a point, like still pointing at Earth. And by the time you zoom out light years away, Earth is nothing but a pale blue dot in the sea of stars. And he's like, think of all that stuff. Everything that's ever happened or ever will happen has happened on this little speck of rock and dust in this sea of stars. And it's the pale blue dot. So she's saying, like, far away, like, it's almost as if she's at that edge of the solar system or whatever. And she's like, far away the people living back here on Earth at that pale blue dot that are living well, she's going to yearn for them because maybe she's reached the end of her journey, or maybe she's on her journey and, you know, thinking wistfully back for them. There it is, the shadow of death. She has such a lovely voice that goes really well with these rock songs. In the hot melting ice, so she's gone to the edge of the Oort cloud that's kind of by the sun, and it's melting. I feel like you could put the Attack on Titan theme over this part from season 1. Messenger of Death. So, okay. Obviously, this whole album, Growth Theory was a series of chapters about someone developing or growing as a person. This album, I think, is going to be, if it's anything like that, like if she's consistent with her approach to making music, and if it didn't just change for Growth Theory, this one is going to have the topic of the end and any ways that she can think of that means. And so this line here is pretty poignant because even if you fall asleep in the eternity, don't forget me. Like it's like coming to grips with the end of life in this case. And she's saying, like, even if I die or even if you die, like, let's hold each other in our hearts. Like, if you fall asleep in the eternity, aka if you die, carry my memory with you to the other side. Like, don't forget me even when you're gone. Thank you for thanking me. All right. Track 3. Wish. Okay. Nice little stark contrast there. Piano versus the harder rock. Stretch out your wet body. What? Predictable bass line in a good way. Ooh, I like that. She's so talented, man. We didn't stick with that piano very long, though. We've even got a snap track going on here. That is such a beautiful delivery for this part, man. I love that. This one's almost, to me, it's like a message of hope. You know, letting the fear go, run, just run. Like with the end comes a new beginning. It's time for life.
Everything's gonna be alright.
That, yeah, definitely a hope message there. If I was wrong before or curious about being wrong, that proved it. Very nice. Really enjoyed that song. I think so far, that's probably my favorite. We're only 3 tracks in, though. We got a long way to go. But 3 tracks in, Wish is probably my favorite. Next one up, Highlight. Which reminds me, we have Highlight on the request queue coming up in the not too distant future. Okay, are we gonna stay subdued with this one? We're just like kind of plucking the guitar strings here. There's even some like country type of guitar twangy sounds in the back too. There's the high note I was waiting for. Her power and control are just top notch. So this is like, I know it's hard filling the empty heart. Like, it's hard to move on sometimes after the end. And those lingering feelings don't disappear, they're still inside. This line seems to be talking, these lines seem to be talking about even if it's hard, you still have to move on. Very nice. Gorgeous. I don't know if I interpreted that right as I was talking there towards the end, but that's the kind of message I'm getting from that one. All right, so TikTok. And the name of the song does not translate to TikTok, I gotta say. It's actually 6 years, 230 days. But I guess time's ticking. So I'm curious what 6 years, 230 days, like why that's significant. And if I'll even get it when she says it. But okay, here we go. I'm sorry, I just hear Wani's voice from Eyelid, like, baby, I'm just trying to play it cool. Not at this part. At the very beginning, though.
TV만 보는 이 공기가 불편해진 건 조금 된 얘기 두근거리던 심장 박동이 식었다고 하기엔 별일이 없어 어떤 뉴스에서 읊어주던데
6 years, 230 days left of something.
이번엔 좀 심각하던데 들었어 우리 목실에 틱톡 틱톡 멈춰버린 너와 나 남은 시간은 6년 230일 틱톡 틱톡 초침은 또 움직여 So let's walk and talk 우린 사랑해야 해
It's got a very R&B vibe here. Those very light strings there too, setting it off.
시작점에선 우리도 예외 없었지 왠지 특별한 시계 같아서 속도를
So the message of this one seems to be like, even good things have to come to an end.
이제 이해하려고 해봐도 아마 왜 그랬는진 모르고 하나라 여기던 둘이라 무덤덤해진 거겠지 틱톡
Yeah, they called this song TikTok because it was a lot easier to say than 6 years, 230 days as a song title.
230일 틱톡 틱톡 초침은 또 움직여 So let's walk and talk 우린 사랑해야 해 어떤 뉴스에서
But when it cut and we heard the projector sound, I thought it was done.
230일 남았대 이번엔 좀 심각하던데
Sure, why not?
You kiss me, it's just you and me.
Y'all heard it. She asked. Yeah, another pretty song here. So far, was it Wish? yeah, Wish is still my favorite. They've all been good, but that one was like on another level. All right, so PRRW. I don't know what this is going to stand for. Let's find out. Really nice guitar here. Nice with the bass kick too. This song, the instrumentation, and it's not structured the same, but just the sounds that are being used reminds me of Just a Dream from Nelly, and I think, who was it Tim McGraw? There was a country singer, like a Western country singer on that originally as well. But it has the same type of guitar and the bass sounds. Yeah, I don't know why. It just reminded me of that song. So here's our end topic and theme again. I felt this direction coming with the music as well. She's like a vocal chameleon. She can do a lot of different genres. Love when she goes up to those higher notes and then comes back down like a curve almost. The way she's delivering some of these lines makes me think of Moana. I forget the name of the song, but it's one of the main songs from that movie. How Far I'll Go, I think, is the name of it. Which is oddly appropriate considering the message of that song and the theme for this album. I like that one too. That one's not one that's gonna like stand out in my memory, but it's one that like if I were listening to this album straight through, I'd be like, that's a really good song. I'm not skipping that by any means. So far, none of these have been skips. I think we're, what, is that the 7th song? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th song. So 6 songs, no skips. We're on a good pace here. But I think Wish is definitely still my favorite, and so far, actually, Wish is probably the only one for me that's like, I could still remember the song itself. Maybe that 2nd song, I've already forgotten the title, but I think it translated to Death. But yeah. All right, this one's track number 7, Big Picture, which is again appropriate, especially depending on what she sings about in here, because again, another theme of the end is like keeping the big picture in mind. So like the smaller things might end, but you have to think about how that affects the situation as a whole. Every time I bump the table, the mouse moves. Very disappointed. 7 tracks in, no rain. Love her entry to these lines because it breaks up the monotony of the tone that she's using. Not to say that she's monotoned, but it's just such a stark contrast. Very nice. Another solid, beautiful song. All right, we've got Truly up next. Life's like this. Shout out to Avril Lavigne. That's the way it is.
Something I need 하나만 고르자면 Nothing I can trade for love 걱정 어린 위로는 고맙지만 그런 환상을 믿지는 않아 단정하긴 일러 가끔 노력하지만
That's real. Sometimes you protect yourself and don't want to get hurt because you know you recover so slowly.
누군가의 삶을 함께 짊어지기엔 나조차도 당장 여유롭지가 않아 내 마지막 숨을 지켜줄 사람이 있을까 아직도 어딘가는 꿈을 꾸게 돼 수 있을까 말이 좀 안 되지만 truly someone loves me if I already passed by 후회 같은 건 없지만 every choice has left me here to be alone and lonely 어쩔 수 없어
I know that feeling, being alone and lonely.
단정하긴 일러 가끔 노력하지만 상처받기 싫어 난 회복이 더딘더라 누군가의 삶을 함께 짊어지기엔 나조차도 당장 여유롭지가 않아 내 마지막 숨을 지켜줄 사람이 있을까 아직도 어딘가는 꿈을 꾸게 돼 갈팡질팡하는 날 안아줄 수 있을까 말이 좀 안 되지만 truly
Bring in the electric guitars. Gotta keep her rock element here.
언젠가 이런 나도 이해받을 수 있을까 세상에서 완벽하게 사라지기 그 전에 내 마지막 숨을 지켜줄 사람이 있을까 말이 좀 안 되지만 truly
Is there anyone? Wait, what was that line? Is there anyone who can protect my last breath? I can't speak a little truly. That's poetic. I like it.
말이 좀 안 되지만 truly
Okay. Gorgeous. Now we get to our first music video, and this one is Joka. So Stardust, I think, is what this one translated as. Yeah, it's literally right here. Okay, so if you're watching this one separately, this video is a reaction for, excuse me, Younha with Stardust. I'm in the process of reacting to the full album, but like I said, you may be watching this video separately, so this is just lifted straight out of that reaction video just to make a separate one. So if I say anything that relates to any other videos and you're not sure what I'm talking about, go check that video out. Okay, this one's actually a pretty long one. 5 minutes, 12 seconds. All right, let's see what she's got with Stardust. Okay, but there's like 30 seconds of intro. I forgot. Just kidding. It's an exaggeration. Or is it? I like this soft guitar intro, and we're like descending from space down to Earth. The beginning of this album starts with a song called Oort Cloud. So it's like we went to the edge of the solar system and now we're coming back. So we had the nice guitar earlier. We got some beautiful strings going on. And then we got the creepy little Twilight effect.
이후로 태어나 어디서부터 오랜 시간을 돌아와 널 만나게 됐어. 의도치 않은 사고와 우연했던 먼지 덩어린 별의 조각이 되어서 여기 온 거겠지. 던질수록 커지는 질문에 대답해야 해. 돌아갈 수 있다 해도
Gorgeous vocals.
사라져버린 모든 건 이별에 살아 숨을 쉬어. 난 떠날 수 없어. 태어난 것이 아니어도 고르지 못했다고 해도 나를 실수했다 해도 이별이 맘에 들어. 까만 하늘 반짝이는 거기서 내가 보일까. 어느 시간에 살아도 또 만나러 올게. 그리워지면 두 눈을 감고 바라봐야 해. 돌아갈 수
Got those violins queuing up.
사랑해버린 모든 것 이별에 살아 숨을 쉬어. 난 떠날 수 없어. 태어난 것이 아니어도 고르지 못했다고 해도 내가 실수였다 해도 이별이 맘에 들어.
So cute. I like these violins going. Interesting, just complete silence.
언젠가 만날 그날을 조금만 기다려줄래. 영원할 수 없는 여길 더 사랑해볼게. 돌아갈 수 있다 해도 사랑해버린 모든 것 이별에 살아 숨을 쉬어. 난 떠날 수 없어. 태어난 것이 아니어도
Get you right in the feels.
고르지 못했다고 해도 내가 실수였다 해도
Puppy.
낮은 바람에 속삭임 초록빛 노랫소리와 너를 닮은 사람들과 이별이 맘에 들어.
Family. Yay. Okay, so I'd be lying if I said I am 100% sure of the message here. I know in the context of the album, it's supposed to be like the album is in theory, and her topic is the end, and different things that can mean, whether it's death or the end of a journey, or the end of something with the start of something new, all of that kind of stuff. But this one didn't really feel like it was talking about the end to me. If anything, it almost seemed like a rebirth. But we'll go back over it, of course, but I really loved the video storytelling of it. It, like I said, it seems to be like she maybe reached the end of her journey and came back because she missed everything about this star, this planet. And I said the name of the song was Stardust. It could also be Star Fragment, according to one of the translations I saw, which both would apply here. But yeah, let's go back and watch it again and see what we can pick up on. I know I'm going to miss a lot because she's got some very artistic and very layered meanings to a lot of her stuff. So I know when I did her Growth Theory album, I didn't catch everything in Sunfish because there was also some aspects of that were very culturally specific. So it's not something I would have understood anyway. So we may have some elements of that here as well, but whatever. Let's go again. Alright, so we've got this very cinematic opening, and it's basically her or her life force or something, as we'll see later, this star fragment coming back to Earth. And you may hear the phrase like, "you're star," or "we're all made of star stuff." And it's because everything that comprises the stars above, the same elements are what make us. Like, we're all carbon-based beings and all of that. And so you could literally say that you're made of star stuff. And so when she, like, this star fragment, the shooting stars crashing back down to Earth, it's like it's almost like an out-of-body experience. She's watching this from afar. Actually, the way this makes it seem is almost like a reincarnation cycle. Because, like I said, earlier in the album, she's ventured out into the stars, and now it seems like she's come back because she missed things here. Like the people that she loved and all of that. But, again, it's also like she's almost like a ghost here, and this shooting star is her being reborn, like I mentioned before. Almost like another way of, you know how in like cartoons or fairy tales there's different explanations about, like, oh, where do babies come from? Like, the stork brought you. Yeah, well, maybe the shooting star brought you, because the shooting star lands in that little crib. So, and we obviously find out that that's her later. So, yeah, maybe it's her reincarnation. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting so far. Also, I like that this is, I mean, it's not 100% scientifically accurate, but I like how she ties in certain elements of science to her music sometimes, like with that Oort cloud reference or Coriolis force on Growth Theory, or here in the video we've got that shooting star or whatever, the star fragment coming down, and it's kind of affected the Earth's magnetic field a little bit, and so we have this almost Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis type of effect going on in the sky. Coincidental stardust became a piece of a star. This star specifically. Flew to come here so she could be reborn. That's gorgeous vocals there. The question of, like, what is the meaning of life? We gotta answer it anyway. Everything I've ever loved. Now, hold on. What did she say before that? Though I can go back, Like, she could leave again. She needs to come back here because everything she's ever loved is here on this star. Lives and breathes in this star. Her dog, her family, and she's like, she can't leave. Now, this line right here, not where I was born, I don't know if that ties in, like if you were reading it, where it says, I can't leave, not where I was born, or if it's a separate thought, like, I can't leave, comma, not where I was born, meaning, like, I can't leave where I was born. So, I'm not really quite sure how that would look if you read it in paragraph form. She didn't really have a choice. She mentions this line a lot. Even if I was a mistake. Like, some of you might be unlucky enough to have parents who didn't want you, and if so, I'm sorry. And some of those parents may have gone so far as, even if it was just in anger, they may have said you were a mistake, we didn't want you, that kind of thing. I'm fortunate my parents never said that. But she carries this burden with her even throughout the whole song. Like, even if I was a mistake. Now, based on the love that we see her family and herself showing as we go through the video, I don't think that they're saying she's a mistake. I think this is more of like a, even if I were, like, hypothetically, if I were, it wouldn't change that everything that I love is still here and I belong here. Yeah, it's a star that I would take. Like, it would be my home. This little girl is adorable. Daddy! So no matter which timeline you're in, I'll come around again like Halley's Comet. I am inevitable, like Thanos. Anyway. But this kind of speaks to a potential, like, reincarnation theme. It also could just be, like, the her that we're seeing, you know, the grown-up version, could be almost like I was getting at before, having this sort of out-of-body experience. Like, she's telling the story, and we're seeing the narrator as she brings you into her world of, and the story of, like, her life. I want a son or daughter. I want to give someone a hug. It's the little baby. Then the baby's gonna have those bright green eyes. Yeah, there you go. Because it's her. Different points in her life. Her voice is so powerful, man. I don't know if that's supposed to be a sister or a friend. I know that's her mom. This little girl is so precious. I'm trying to think what classical pieces are these violins reminding me of. Dun 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 dun. I want to say it's Vivaldi, but I could be way off. I don't know my classical music very well, but I do know that whether that's a sample or whether I'm just making it up, to me it sounds like it. I didn't do a good job pacing myself. We still got like 5 songs left. But look, see, that's her. That's her. Oops. Okay, good. I don't think I fast forwarded too much. That's that essence, that star crystal, the fragment, the dust, whatever you want to call it, that's crashed down, well, brought the baby to Earth. That's her before she's actually been born. And this is like her circle of life here. So that's pre-birth Younha, grown-up Younha, and then like child Younha.
조금만 기다려줄래 영원할 수 없는
I'll try to love more.
더 사랑해볼게
Yeah, because everything ends.
사랑했다 해도 사랑해버린 모든 것 이별에서라 숨을 쉬어
Aww.
난 떠날 수 없어 태어난 것이 아니어도 고르지 못했다고 해도 내가 실수였다 해도
Puppy.
이별이 맘에 들어
The dog was both adorable and ugly at the same time.
초록빛 노랫소리와 너를 닮은 사람들과 이별이
I really do like this star because everything that she loves is here, and everything she cherishes, everything she's ever wanted has been here. Very nice. I like it. It was a gorgeous song, and like I said, I don't know if my interpretation is right, but I at least love the visual storytelling of it. But all right. Next up we have Here. How many tracks are left? We got one. We actually do have 5 left, and one of them's a music video. So, all right, here we go. Almost like a creepy feel to it to start out. This is like meditation music right here. I'm gonna fall asleep. It's not bad, it's just how long will it's like almost a minute before she comes in.
시작 전부터 함께였지 이젠 어둠 속에 헤매이게 돼도 깊은 밤에 찾아온다
I like that soft piano too.
새벽 빛에 사라진다
It's very subdued, but it's providing like the bed for this track. Oh, that was a weird drop out of the instrumentation. Was not expecting that. There's those gorgeous vocals we've been waiting for.
어떤 것도 변하지 않아도 닿지 못할 꿈이어도 그저 바라보며 담을 수 있다면 여기 Even if I can reach the light I can sing and hear
I swear, I can say her voice is gorgeous on every song, and I still wouldn't be telling you enough truth.
I feel you in here
don't know why I'm just now noticing, but we've got the heavy brass, almost like tubas or something going on, or maybe French horns. Like, we've got the full orchestral arrangement going on in this song. That felt really abrupt there at the end. I thought it was going to kind of like fade out, but it just kind of cut. All right, so that was here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this song here, wait. Maybe it got a music video later because the original album was 11 songs. So I thought this song, whatever the 11th song is, was going to be whatever was the 11th track, the final track on the album, and then the last 3 would be the ones that got added for the final cut. I don't think that's accurate though. And actually, now that I think about it, these were in a different order when I was looking at them on a separate track list. So I'm really not sure. But we're gonna go with it. So anyway, this one is Sagoni Ji Pyong-sun. Yeah, butchered that, I'm sure. But I already translated. It translates to Event Horizon. So let's, again, if you're viewing this one separately, I am currently in the middle of reacting to a full album, the final cut of Growth Theory, or sorry, End Theory, not Growth Theory, from Younha. This was a Patreon sponsored request. So if, like I said, if you're watching this one on its own on the YouTube channel and you want to see the rest of the album, or if maybe I make a reference that you don't understand, it's probably because I am referencing something else in this reaction. So feel free to go check that video out. But for those of you who are here on the actual full reaction, thanks for hanging with us this long. We've still got this one and 3 more to go. But let's see what Younha's got with Event Horizon. This is another 5.5 minute long music video. Last one had gorgeous cinematic storytelling. Let's see what this one gives us.
생각이 많은 건 말이야 당연히 해야 할 일이야 나에겐 우리가 지금 1순위야 안전한 유리병을 핑계로 바람을 가둬둔 것 같지만 기억나 그날의 우리가 잡았던 그 손엔 말이야 설레임보다 커다란 믿음이 담겨서 난 웃음을 줬지만 울음이 날 것도 같아서 소중한 건 언제나 두려움이니까 문을 열면 들리던 목소리 너로 인해 변해 있던 따뜻한 공기 여전히 자신 없지만 안녕히 저기 사라진 별의 자리 아스라이 하얀 빛
Getting back to our rock with Younha here.
하나 둘 추억이 떠오르면 많이 그리워
those gorgeous vocals, man.
솔직히 두렵기도 하지만 노력은 우리에게 정답이 아니라서 마지막 선물은 산뜻한 안녕 저기 사라진 별의 자리 아스라이 하얀 빛 한동안은 꺼내볼 수 있을 거야 아낌없이 반짝인 시간은 조금씩 흩어져 가더라도 너는 맘에 살아 숨 쉴 테니 여긴 서로의 끝이 아닌 새로운 길 목표에 익숙함에 진심을 속이지 말자 하나 둘 추억이 떠오르면 많이 많이 그리워할 거야 걸었어요 그래도 이제는 사건의 지평선
Portal to another world? This is another really good song from her.
저기 사라진 별의 자리 아스라이 하얀 빛 한동안은 꺼내볼 수 있을 거야 아낌없이 반짝인 시간은 조금씩 흩어져 가더라도 너는 맘에 살아 숨 쉴 테니 여긴 서로의 끝이 아닌 새로운 길 목표에 익숙함에 진심을 속이지 말자 하나 둘 추억이 떠오르면 많이 많이 그리워할 거야 걸었어요 그래도 이제는 사건의 지평선 너머로
Just vocally stellar every time.
사건의 지평선 너머로
All right. Interesting. Nice little artistic ending scene there. Okay, so song-wise, again, vocally stellar. No pun intended on the whole star thing. But anyway, the message seems to be speaking about like an amicable breakup and moving forward with new possibilities in life. And the term event horizon is another science term. It's essentially the surface of a black hole, which, if I recall my my science, is an imploded star that like has collapsed on itself. I always get exploded and imploded mixed up, but I believe black holes come from an implosion and nebula come from an explosion, like a supernova. But anyway, event horizon, like I said, is essentially the surface of a black hole, and you can't see beyond the event horizon. In other words, you can't tell the future in terms of what it relates to in this song. Also, science-wise, it has something to do with the escape velocity being faster than the speed of light, which is why, especially if you've ever heard just a basic explanation of black holes, that's why they say like even light can't escape from a black hole. So yeah, that's essentially the concept we're going with Event Horizon, is that, like, okay, as we move on this new journey, we can't see the future, but, you know, we know there's something there. All right, so let's go back and listen again. So it's like we've got these not broken but not pieced together tiles. Alright, I don't know why there's a payphone in the bathtub area, but what do I know? Alright, I can't read any of that, but she's gonna make a call.
생각이 많은 건 말이야 당연히 해야 할 일이야 나에겐 우리가 지금
So, these first couple of lines, what was the first part? To have a lot of thoughts, it's a burden to be done. I don't know if she's saying, like, it's a burden to be done, like, it's a burden for us to be ended, or it's a burden to be done in terms of, like, carrying all those thoughts. You could think of either one. I think it's probably the latter. To me, our relationship comes as a priority, but maybe to the other person it didn't. Like, it seems like she's going out of her way to call the person, but also, I thought she was on the phone calling the person, and she very well could be, but then, like, she looks out and sees this person out here, and that's the one that they're, like, the relationship is with. So I don't know if, like, I don't know. I'm sure she's not talking about cheating on whoever she's calling. Maybe this is, like, setting the story up how, like, they met or something. I don't know. But anyway, so the relationship was a priority. Again, maybe it wasn't to the other person. With a safe glass bottle as an excuse, I don't know what that's supposed to be about. Like, at first I was thinking like an alcohol bottle, but that really wouldn't be considered safe. And then this part, it seems like the wind was locked in. It's like when you build one of those tiny ships in a bottle and you put the cork in there, except in this case it would be without the ship. So she's got the smile, like wistful, contain more faith and excitement. So it's like contain more faith and excitement in the sense of, like, we thought this would work, more so than like, hey, we're so excited to be together. Had the widest smile. Aww. Shame on anyone who took that from her. Alright, so now they're holding hands. The voice heard when the door was open. Now, remember, we saw that door at the very end. But I didn't remember her, like, hearing a voice. The warm atmosphere that has changed because of you. So, like, this person's presence, they're gonna agree to go their separate ways, essentially. Because I feel like this part here, the warm atmosphere, like, she was happy, but that's changed because of this person. Still not sure, like, she still has those feelings, but she's got to say goodbye. It's not working out. So the bright light of that star, what I assume might have been like the remnants of their relationship or their love. Like, even if that decreases little by little, that those remnants will live and breathe in both of their hearts. This is not the end of each other. So I don't know if she's saying, like, this isn't the end of each other as, like, a couple. Or if she's saying, like, this isn't the end of us individually, but it's the corner of a new road. So what, like, we may not be a couple, but we could still be friends. Yeah, I don't know, but I do know. Remember, the theme of this album is about ending, so this is clearly the end of a relationship, but also the beginning of a new path. This line that gets repeated a lot, I enjoy. Let's not deceive the truth with familiarity. So in other words, let's not get so comfortable and complacent with what we were and what we know. Let's not get so, like, engrossed in that familiarity to forget and to pay attention to what is really going on. Like, the truth is, this isn't working. For whatever reason, we're not good together, or we need to move on. Like, yeah, we might be comfortable together. We might, have all these things. Maybe we have an account together. Maybe we have an apartment. Maybe we have a dog. I don't know. But whatever it is, let's not confuse that or let that confuse our actual reality. One by one, when our memories arouse, in other words, when they're apart and they're thinking back on their time together, she'll miss him very much. But that's a discussion for a later date, because the next line is, but not right now. Or, thank you, but now it's beyond the event horizon. In other words, thank you for the time and the memories that you gave, but will I miss you fondly? Yes, but I don't know when. That's a future that I can't see right now. It's beyond the event horizon. Like, I can't imagine the time when that will happen. I'm sure it will, and I'll be grateful for you and the time we shared, but right now it's time to move on. And it's amicable. Remember, like, they're parting on good terms. There's a line coming where she even says, like, the final gift is a, like, pleasant goodbye or something like that. So effort's not the end. Like, we can't fix this just by trying harder. The last gift is a neat goodbye. So, like, not having a messy breakup or fighting or anything, just gracefully, mutually going our separate ways. Then there's the explosion. That was the supernova. There's the door she was mentioning earlier. When she opens that door, she's gonna see the event horizon, or the black hole. By the way, that missing star is what became the black hole. Or maybe it became that nebula there. See this door? Even though it's leading to the black hole and the event horizon, is almost like a door to endless possibility. fades away like a sparkling light, and she falls into the event horizon. Except realistically, if you fell into a black hole, you would instantly die because everything, all matter gets compressed into an infinitely dense state, and you would just pop like a balloon. But I digress. Anyway, enjoyable song. I like that. This was another one that had a lot of production value in the sense of like a cinematic story. Not sure how accurate my interpretation of the song is. I do actually remember when I was looking up a little bit of information about this album, though, I remember seeing her say that most of these songs don't have a set interpretation because they're going to be heard differently and experienced differently by each person who listens to them. And so she didn't want to, I think the interview question was about Stardust, but she was asked, like, what is Stardust about? And she gave that answer about, like, all the songs having different meanings and that they would be experienced differently by each of us. So I'm curious to know if you have a similar interpretation or something completely different. But apparently, according to the artist herself, neither of us are going to be wrong. That neither of us are going to be right either, but whatever. But yeah, enjoyed that one. So next song is Black Hole. Which I imagine this one actually probably was part of the additional 3 that were added on. Because this is like reading a book, and then you have the relatively neat ending, but you're wondering, like, I wonder what does come next. Like, there doesn't have to be a what's next, but you're wondering. And then there's the epilogue where, like, oh, okay, now this is what happened. Like, I feel like that's what we're going to get with Black Hole. Like, at the end of Event Horizon, we fell into the black hole. Now let's find out what's there.
나를 만나기 전 여긴 어땠어 우연히 시작됐던 운명일까 아주 크고 작은 사건들이 다녀갔겠지 얻고 잃게 되는 끔찍한 반복 결말을 먼저 봐버린
With that beautiful soft piano going with this one. Was not expecting us to go heavy here. Love that. There's even some like, is that like dubstep type of element in there? My friend would know better than I. Just her power and finesse in equal measure. She's a fantastic vocalist. building it up.
영원처럼 맑게 안녕.
There's the predictable but amazing drop.
나는 물고 두번 다시 가까이서 볼 수 없어도 어둠 남아들 속에서 너를 찾아낼 수 있어. 오래 기억할게. You always on my mind. Trying to figure out who we are.
That's a guitar. I was gonna say, is that a harp? But it's definitely not a harp. But yeah, I really like that song too, because I'd be lying if I said I paid a whole lot of attention to the lyrics, but just how the song was structured. Like, we start off with this subdued, almost, no, I won't go so far as to call it a lullaby sound, but we had that beautiful soft piano going, and just all these nice, pleasant type of soft instrumentation. And then we get like this harder rock and like electronic sound going on as we drop into the choruses. Yeah, that was nice. I enjoyed that. All right, 2 to go. Savior is up next.
여기로 가다 보면 결국 끝은 오겠지. 다음이 있다는 건 뜬 소문뿐이니까. 해낼 수 있을 거란 믿음 같은 건 없었어. 그때가 날 발견해주기 전엔 꽃이 피는 계절을 만나기
I feel like we might not be getting the full audio quality on this one.
그처럼 여전히
Her words are sounding like, the tone is sounding like she's delivering these super powerfully, but it sounds like the volume is turned down. So I'm not sure if we're getting accurate audio for this particular song. We might be, and maybe it's just a technique that she's using, but it, like I said, it doesn't feel like it.
위험에 들게 하지만 Savior
Yeah, we're definitely not. That's alright. Boost it up for you guys. Doesn't boost it for me though. Very nice.
지륵 같은 어둠 속엔 뭐가 진짜인지 구분할 수 없지만 그대처럼 여전히 해답을 적어가겠지. Savior, 완전한 너를 안아준 그 품에 기댈 꿈을 꿔.
Her voice is so gorgeous now.
미완성인 채로 남겨진 우리들을 위한 꿈을 꿔. 'Cause you will always be my savior. 주기 전에
This song seemed to be another song about hope, but whereas I think one of the other songs I said was about hope, this one seems to be about finding hope in the form of acceptance and love from another person, and being willing to trust them completely. She mentioned like like risking it all and like putting my dreams in your hands type of thing. I don't think that was the exact line, but yeah, really nice song there too. Again, I'm pretty sure the message of this one is just hope. So let me turn this back down because I don't want to blow your eardrums out when the next song comes on. All right, last song of the album. We've done it, guys. We're here. We're at the finish line. How you doing? I'm doing good. This is a good album. I still think I like Growth Theory better, but End Theory is a good album. So, yeah, how you doing? All right. Here we go. Good call on turning the volume down for you, though.
뭐랄까 구름이 걷히고 운이 좋으면 투명한 조각의 무지개처럼 떠올라 볼 수 있었어 그때 우리를 인연은 우연히 또 다가왔던 나가고 노력할수록 상처가 되어서 이런 내가 됐지만 하루의 마음을 가누려 애를 쓰던 아이를 안아줄 어른이 되었다는 게 자랑스러워 가끔은 좀 막막해도 견디고 내일을 위해 잠이 들 줄 알아 이젠 울지 않거든 How you doing 잘 지내 그랬으면 하실 수였던 말들을 아프지 말고
I love that we kicked in the rock element here again to close the track, or close the album, I mean. Like, again, just like Growth Theory, we didn't close on a soft, tiny sounding ballad. It seems to be a song about like nostalgia and thinking back and remembering the past and kind of reflecting on a past relationship. Like that line where like, I hope you're... Oh, what was actually the line there? I hope you're doing well too. Was exactly the re-entry I wanted to hear. gorgeous taking away of the rest of the instruments to become almost acoustic. Or, sorry, almost a cappella. Wrong terminology. It's not quite there because there is still an instrument there, but I love that, like, the overwhelming instruments were taken out and it just had like this stripped down feel to give us the very final closing of this album. Really well done production wise. And what's the final line? Is this it? Sometimes it's a little tough, but I'll endure it. I can sleep for tomorrow. I don't cry anymore. So, you know, just this theme of perseverance and moving on. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. That was Younha with the growth. Sorry, again. In Theory final cut version of the album. 6th album. Thank you again to Hinshao for the request. This one, like I said, it was a very long one, but it was very enjoyable. I think overall, I still pick Growth Theory as my favorite between the two, but this one had some really good songs. Not a single skip was on this album, by the way. So, for me, it feels weird to say an album is no skip and then still rate it behind another album, especially when that other album, Growth Theory, doesn't have a skip per se for me. But Coriolis Effect, I was less than thrilled with. Like, I loved everything except for, like, the transitions, including the opening, because of that really annoying beeping sound. Like, if she redid that song without the beeps, then I bumped the album overall even higher. But it feels weird, like I said, to rate this album as, you know, there's 14 songs, not a single skip is on here. And yet I still don't put it above the other song, even though I actually had a minor complaint about a song on that one. But that just shows you how much I really enjoyed Growth Theory overall. But In Theory, fantastic album. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you're still here an hour and 45 minutes into this reaction, then, you know, shout out to you guys for sticking around, and I hope you enjoyed. Shout out to the Patreons. They'll be right up here. Thank you guys for your support. Of course, you see that this request came to us from a Patreon. There's free content there. There's paid content. Patreon supporters also get to have guaranteed prioritized requests that get sent to the top of the queue every month. And we can do longer stuff like this, or, you know, we may have to come to other arrangements, but we can still do other things that we wouldn't normally do on the channel. And of course, even aside from the request, you get access to things we can't put here, like survival shows, K-dramas when I do that stuff, you know, variety type of content, any of that. The link to the request queue is in the description below. And if you want to get to the top of the request queue, but you're not interested in Patreon, then there is a PayPal that you can go through as well to sponsor requests that way. So, thanks again for being here. I will catch you for the next one. Take care, everyone.